Mr. G is going to retire. I can't believe it.
I came to Howard in 1982. Art France, who was then chairman of the Department of Radio, TV, and Film. And so I sent them all copies of my resume. Art France was the only one who responded, gave me a call, and I was working downtown in D.C. And so he called me and said he was interested and that they were looking to bring someone on to teach television classes in the evening at part-time.
What was probably the most influential part of his instruction was actually outside of the class. He was the faculty advisor during those years for BIN, the Bison Information Network. We got an intimate knowledge of how, productions ran, be it in the field or in the studio. And under Mr. G's supervision, the sky was the limit.
We did quite a few projects. Some of our best work was the production of the speech of Minister Farrakhan here at Howard University in 1984. Many of the great jazz musicians, Max Roach came here. One of the first black journalists, I think Mel Good. We did an interview with him.
I worked with him on a production one time with Bishop Tutu. And I was on the front camera, and the press was there, probably about 30 cameras. I was just excited about being something as intense as that. And Mr. G was directing, we was doing shots and making moves and everything. And at the end of the event, we found out that the tape wasn't rolling. We had a great time shooting the production, but there was no tape. The tape operator forgot to hit play and record. She hit record, but not play and record. At this time, you had Dexter, you had to hit play and record. And it wasn't rolling.
In one particular shoot, he got to marry both of his passions for jazz music and production and helping students when Lionel Hampton was interviewed in Studio A for HMM. And it was amazing because, the late Lionel Hampton was a virtuoso on the vibes. Mr. G would let all of us, have an active role on the crew, doing camera, et cetera, and directing. But he stood over us on this particular shoot just as insurance that, we wouldn't screw up. And if you've ever been in Studio A, it's this huge console. We had this huge switcher, and we just bypassed that switcher and rolled the portable field switcher in, and Mr. G, directed the production from this little portable field switcher. So he's sitting in this corner with his headsets on, looking at these tiny monitors just to make sure, because like I said, Mr. G was always, his motto was, always be prepared.
The biggest lesson is, I would say, being prepared and professional. He taught all of us about not just the technical aspects of the business, but about the professionalism, how to be on time for a call, how to be on the set prepared, how pre-production was so important and valuable to a production.
He paid so much attention to detail. Like, you didn't say music before you said mics.
He also brought me passion to communication. I know, Mr. G, you're wondering, why is it that Ed Lewis has on the University of Georgia basketball sweatshirt? Well, a student of yours, Dennis Felton, now is Coach Felton, is the head coach at Georgia. Mr. G not only makes communication students, he makes coaches for college basketball.
Mr. G was the type of person who would not suffer fools gladly. So everyone who was part of BIN was committed, dedicated, and thorough.
But we spent, every time we were in your class, the majority of our time was spent in the control room.
It dawned on me, seeing the things and being exposed to the technology and putting your hands on it and practicing with the technology. So doing internships and practicing with it, even if you have home video, just practicing with it so that you get skilled at using the technology, knowing what it can do and what it can't do. And you're learning how to push beyond some of the existing technology, will enable you to do many wondrous things, if you will. The students who have gone on, and I hear from some of them, and they're working in the industry or they're doing some independent things.
I'm interning right now as a production assistant at Discovery Studios. Now I'm working in marketing, and so it's lots of fun.
The salary comes from a political production company out here in Capitol Hill, and I'm a production manager, and it's great.
I had the opportunity to work on a film called Prince Among Slaves, and that production company picked me up as associate producer on a new film that's being shot in LA right now, so cross your fingers, theatrical release this summer.
Right now, I make my living in television. Thanks, Mr. G.
It's been a great ride for me. And I've been around the world maybe 5 times over. Been to all 50 states, been around the richest people in the world to the poorest people in the world. And it's been a great, great career for me.
I currently have a new film out entitled To Save that's currently being distributed and on the film circuit at the moment. So again, I owe that to Professor Gonzalez, among many of the other professors here who I studied under.
Hi, this is Shawande T'Challa, and I'm a former student of Mr. G, and it's hard to believe that he's retiring after, 30 years, because he, was my teacher 23 years ago, 25 years ago actually, when I started in 1983, and now he's about to say goodbye to the scholastic life. So that means if you're available, Mr. G, I've got a crew position for you.
I'm Shuaib Mitchell, and I want to congratulate Professor Gonzalez on 30 years of excellence here at Howard University. We love you, man. Congratulations.
And all, Mr. G, I wish you the best in your retirement. Enjoy yourself, relax, no grades, no papers to grade, no students to deal with. You've done your time helping people, helping students, helping Howard University. Now it's your time.